And as earlier mentioned, the world marked World Refugee Day this week. And tonight we explore the transformation of Kakuma from a camp into a thriving municipality where refugees and the host community are building a future together. I visited Kakuma refugee camp ahead of World Refugee Day, and tonight the story of a refugee community in Kenya's second largest refugee camp with its own informal economy. A new day dawns in Kakuma refugee camp, a place that has become more than just a shelter for those fleeing from conflict, persecution, or harsh climatic conditions such as floods or severe drought. Opened 32 years ago, the Kakuma refugee camp is home to over 300,000 refugees.
Natoka kwanza Ethiopia, Amara, Wollo. Sasa mimi nakaa kwanza Mwali, nakaa mimi Kenya karibu yangu, mimi naingia Kenya border. Nakuja reception naingia hapa. Mimi watu ajui, mimi wakayake.
The reception center is the first point of contact for those seeking asylum in Kenya. Kakuma accommodates different nationalities. From Sudan, Somalia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Burundi, Rwanda, Ethiopia, and Uganda, among others. I visited the Department of Refugee Services in Kakuma. The DRS receives and registers refugees and asylum seekers and issues them with important documentation.
Once you report to the reception center, you are given, the first thing that you are given is those basic items that you have to use. After that, you are taken to the registration center. So that after you register, you are given a document we call the manifest. The manifest is not the final document that we issue, because the final document that recognizes you as a refugee is the Aryan ID card. That is given after you undergo the refugee status determination process. That's a lengthy process that takes around 2 months. On a daily basis, we receive about 50 to 150 people.
The nearby Kalobey Integrated Settlement was opened with the intention of promoting the self-reliance of refugees and the host. Today, Kakuma has transitioned from a place of asylum to an urban center with refugee-run businesses.
Mimi nimetoka Kongo na kitu kimenitoa huko kia zaidi ni unyanyashaji tu ule wa inchi tu, vita. Sikukuja njia halali, ya tulikuja shortcut. Na hiyo shortcut hata ilikuwa sio shortcut ya kawaida, kwa sababu ilikuwa ni ndani ya hizi gari za kusafirisha mafuta, marol. Nilikuwa napenda mambo ya fashion, na nilikuwa napenda mambo ya designer, na nilikuwa naufuatilia sana kwenye mtandao. Kuanzisha hii biashara nilikuwa nikifanya mambo ya kudance sehemu mbalimbali kama Lodwa, Kitale. So kwa hiyo kipaji yangu ikakuwa inaniwekezea hela ndogo ndogo, nikapata kiasi. So nilijima kula kwa sababu nifikie ndoto zangu.
After arriving from Burundi years ago, this young mechanic is now running a successful business in the refugee camp, fixing motorcycles popularly known as bodabodas that are a popular means of transport here.
Kutoka Burundi, kwa kidogo kuhusu masuala ya tuseme amani. Kwa sio rahisi, ndo tukaona tukimbilia huko. Natengeneza pesa ili nione nimeachieve ndoto zangu. For example, kwa natamani ili nipate wholesale kabisa. Hizi vitu za spare parts nini, kwa sababu ukiangalia hata hapa Kakuma ni chache sana.
While the overall impact of refugees in Kakuma is positive, there are segments of the host population that do not benefit from the refugee presence. There are many like Dorcas, a single mother of 6 children that heavily relies on the refugee community to earn a living.
Maisha ya Turkana yana refugee sio moja. Maisha ya Turkana ndio Mungu tu ndio na nini? Wewe ndio nasaidia. Mali ile mimi ndio nakaa. Iko shida kabisa. Shida maji, shida hata moto, hata ile jiko, hata nini maji. Shida kabisa.
Na chakula?
Hata chakula. Chakula ndio hiyo tu ni Marta. Kama nauza hii unapata chakula. Kama nalala hiyo unaenda tu kulala hivyo. Marta hiyo miti. Sio kuni. Hiyo ni Marta ile najanga hapo penis ile ya refugee. Nasunguka. Kama na Mungu nakusaidia na usia 100 tu peka yake.
Dorcas's story is a testament that there should be balance when it comes to resource sharing, access to services and job creation between the host community and refugees. This is partly what Kakuma's transformation into a municipality intends to achieve. The implementation of the Kalobeye Integrated Social and Economic Development Program, KISEDEP, seeks to create an enabling environment for refugees and the host community.
The youth constitutes majority of the population generally in Turkana, but also in the refugee communities as well. But now that government has gazetted Kakuma as a municipality in 2023, followed by the Refugee Act 2021, then refugee regulations and the Sharika plan presents a lot of opportunities. A key challenge that I could speak about is actually on how could we get the proper documentation for the refugees besides the refugee ID if we are speaking about, because that will enable them to access the services. Department of Refugee Services, the government of Kenya, they are working towards that, but at the same time how to actually provide equitable services both for the refugees and the host communities here in Kakuma.
Most businesses in Kakuma area are, however, not registered because of the long and complex application processes.
We have an accumulation of 132,000 awaiting to be registered, whose cases are not determined through refugee status determination. But Kenya is ranked 13th with its 774,000 registered refugees. We have engaged Kenya Revenue Authority for the issuance of PIN, and even currently they are being issued PIN cards through our letter of comfort. The second item we are also doing for financial inclusion is we have also engaged the Communication Authority of Kenya, so that then they can also be able to get the SIM card. And in the SIM card regulation review that is under the Ministry of ICT, the refugees will be recognized.
Unlike some refugee camps, the Kalobeye settlement is designed to support more permanent resettlement as well as provide opportunities to establish businesses and trade. This with the intention of promoting self-reliance amongst the refugees as well as the host community. Kakuma has experienced a major paradigm shift, empowering the vulnerable from over-reliance on humanitarian assistance to sustainable economic development.